There we go. Welcome back. Excuse me for that over there. Back here, just doing an egg video. This is going to be number 2 on it, on hatching. Was doing a bunch of research because we're about day 23 on the incubator eggs and still nothing. So what I did is I did some more research and looked up, and those eggs we'd actually stored in the refrigerator. Oops. And that is a bad no-no because it's too cold for them. I guess it kills the embryo, and that's a learning experience. Because we went from a full incubator to 10 eggs, some may still come out of it okay, some may not. Got to give them a little bit more time. And there's some other tests there that, sorry for the camera stuff, will go on with the simple fact of doing a float test on one, make sure there's no holes in it for that, and I'm going to explain to you why all that went on. But I'm going to turn the camera around and we'll go from there. Okay, all them eggs come out of that incubator, and you can see there's some still roughly in there. It's about 10 still in there. There's temperature. It's what, 98.2, because the lid just got put on it. We come back over here. It's a flashlight with a toilet paper roll that I kind of taped to it to candle these. And all these are either clear or got a very small dark spot in it. And after 23 days, there's nothing else going to go on with it. Over here is still the ones that I've kept on the counter, in the house, in the shade, between 50 and 70 degrees, because we keep our house about 68 most of the time, and I feel those are still going to be okay. These are pretty much trash. Now, if we'd have caught it 6 days ago or 6 days after the process, you could have pulled them out. If you had hogs, you could feed them to hogs and stuff like that, but these have to be disposed of because I don't want to crack them open. They'd be really, really, really nasty. What we're going to do with these, though, is when a honeybee gets home, we're going to float test these, so I've got a little bit of help. Now, it's not going to hurt to pull them in and out of here a little bit, because a turkey, a chicken, they will get up a couple times a day to go find food and water. The eggs will cool back down. They'll heat back up. If they do not float, they will not hatch. If they float, we'll give them another 24 hours. That's day 24. At that point in time, after that, we're going to pull this out, clean it, get it sanitized again. Of course, it's foam, so any kind of dust, really kind of whatever, sticks on it sometimes. Get the inside of it, that's the important part, cleaned out, sanitized, put the turner back in it, and load the eggs down. So that's what we're going to do with that. Yeah, standing in the kitchen of the house, and we'll try to spin around because you've seen my little bottle collection of all over my travels and different things that I've done. But what goes on is, evidently, the fridge is a bad no-no for egg storage. You can get a wine cooler fridge that you can set the temperature on if you want to spend the $400 or $500. Maybe there's a little smaller cooler that I haven't done that would keep it between 50 and 70 degrees. But as we travel along this experience, like I said, this is also a learning experience as we go along, because to break this into you a little bit more, I work a regular full-time job. Honeybee works a regular full-time job. Plus we do our farming, so it's kind of one of these, there's a lot of YouTube channels out there on how people do their farm, and they've got 200 acres and they've got these tractors and all these great tools, and they're out there butchering hogs and everything else that goes on with the farm life. This is how do you start small, working a regular job to be self-sustaining, maybe make a little extra money on the side. Because when we're not hatching eggs, we do sell our eggs, and we sell them for, right now with everything going on, $1 a dozen. Of course, bring your own container. If you want the container, it's going to cost you $2 a dozen. In our local store, that's $1.60 less than it is for a dozen eggs, even at $2 a dozen. So as we continue on with this experiment with eggs, hopefully the next batch will retain a better yield, because we plan on using these for more egg layers and eating them as they grow up. And it takes about 6 months, 7 months for them to lay eggs. It can take 4 to 5 months to get them to the point to where you want to eat them. So if we get a bunch of roosters, they're growing in a pot, and get a bunch of hens, there'd be some laying eggs. So if you like what's going on, like, subscribe, hit the bell. Please let us know. Make a comment if there's anything that you would like to see specifically that we might be able to do, or we can possibly rig up to do. Throw it in the comment box, and there's going to be a lot more to come. Have fun and enjoy.